This is the Finger Painter, a badge that every Gorilla Tag player desires, but owning it isn't actually as good as it seems. But first, we need to understand the sheer difficulty of getting this badge, with only a very select amount of people managing to get it. You may be wondering why this token of respect doesn't do as much good as you think. Picture this, you just applied for the Finger Painter badge, and after a long time of waiting and all your hard work on YouTube, Gorilla Tag finally gave it to you. And you would think nothing bad of it, but rather as a great reward for your hard work, as every time you enter a lobby, people swarm round you, saying that they love your content and loads of other nice compliments. But that is exactly one of the problems. The Gorilla Tag Finger Painter Aussie VR would mention this in a video, saying that after a while it gets really tiring and stops him from playing the game as a whole, depleting the amount of times he uploads, which would obviously really affect your channel. But you may be thinking that you could just use disguises in your videos, and yes, that is true. But there is another thing the Finger Painter causes that you cannot hide from. As soon as you receive this badge, you're put on the spotlight, and not only does this give you a bunch of pressure to upload the most high quality videos possible that compete with the best out there, but people use the fact that you got the badge to their own advantage. And later in this video, I will be interviewing a real Gorilla Tag Finger Painter about their experience. But first we need to understand the dark side people do not tell you about the Finger Painter, as people, just for the sake of clout and other factors, over exaggerate stuff or spread straight up false rumors about you, with even them crafting fake screenshots and videos that look insanely legit and you just cannot fight back, which can create a lot of big problems for Gorilla Tag Finger Painters, and if executed correctly can sometimes even destroy your career. People would also use you just to build up their own fame and doesn't care about actually being friends with you, but just their own channels gaining popularity. With getting this badge, you can also expect people just to insult you and try and take anything you say out of context for their own virality. Now, after I just told you all these downsides to getting the Finger Painter, is it even worth it putting in the grind for it? Well, I couldn't tell you, as I don't have the badge, but that's why I'm asking someone who does. He is a fairly new Finger Painter called Pixel on GT. He posts TikTok and has amassed a following just under 40,000. Pixel reached out to me to make this very video, so to truly find out if this badge is really worth it, he is the best person I could ask. So I'm here with Pixel.
Hello.
So first off, what are like the good things about it?
So the good things about the badge are obviously the recognition it gets and the ability to get funny reactions if you do take your time to go troll with it, or the amount of appreciation you get by some people by showing it to them, and also the ability to be the first finger painter someone ever sees. There's also a lot of cool things about it, about getting in contact with other Axiom members, other finger painters, illustrators, AA creators, and everyone is super nice. Before I get to any other question, I would not give away my badge in any chance. I love the creator program. It's just, there is some cons that have to be talked about in my opinion.
What actually happened once you got it? Like, what's your story?
So I'll be honest, the first month I got it, it was pretty calm. People liked that I got it. People told me I deserved it. So I kind of switched up my content to edits, which I just personally enjoyed watching more. I enjoyed making them more. People had a not so good reaction about that and started saying this and that, this and that, this guy does that and that. And after some time, I started getting into something else, which I don't really want to talk about, which I didn't know was going to affect my future, like the present now, I guess. And I'm getting a lot of backlash for stuff that I didn't do.
Yeah,
is basically what's happening.
Is there anyone else you know that's been affected by it?
So I'm not sure if there's many other people, but I don't know if you heard about the case with Waterman.
Yeah.
There's this creator called BlackVR who gave this guy called Ford information about Waterman apparently laughing at his dog having a stroke or something, or a seizure on live. Waterman gave a good explanation on it, and explained that what happened was out of context and didn't actually happen. So that was also pretty much an allegation and an assumption thrown at him, which obviously wasn't true because I'm good friends with Waterman and know he wouldn't do that. And there's also other creators like Nifty who will get a lot of hate for every step they do for like making animations. He gets just a lot of hate even though they're really good.
Following on from that, like, what advice would you give to future finger painters or people trying to get it?
So if you want the finger painter, or like you want to get into the creator program, any type, AA, Illustrator, anything, be careful what you do in the present and know every step you do would affect you in the future. I made the mistake back then. I did stuff which I shouldn't have done. Obviously nothing too bad, but obviously something I would have obviously avoided with the knowledge I have today. Just be careful with what you do in the present because it will affect your future. In your videos, be yourself and do content your community wants you to see. If you find joy in that, do it. If you don't find joy in that, search something that's fun for you and fun for your community to watch.
After that interview, things felt different. Not because of what he said, but because of how real it actually was. You could tell Pixel went through a lot of pressure with hate comments and mistakes of his past. And yet, you could tell he managed to control it and just get through it. Now, I used to think that the fame of this badge and all the pressure you get would just destroy you and stop you from uploading the content you love. But the truth is, wait! Before I tell you the truth of the finger painter, I'd just like to tell you that if you enjoy this style of content, subscribing helps the channel a lot. So if you're enjoying, make sure to subscribe. And the truth of the finger painter actually is, it doesn't. It just shows who you really are. It strips away the filters, and when all of that's gone, what's left is who you really are. The finger painter doesn't make you lose everything. It's about what happens after that. The creator program just puts you on the spotlight and leaves you with a lesson to learn about what to do next. But some people fall under the pressure. And if there's anything I learned from that conversation, it's that your past mistakes aren't the end of your career. It's just the start of the next version of it. And we do not talk about the idea that growth comes from public failure enough, and that you can make mistakes and face consequences and still come out strong. Everyone has the chance to redeem themselves, but you just gotta be patient and wait for it to happen. So the finger painter doesn't actually lead to your downfall, but your rebuild. Because it's hard when you know so many people are watching and waiting for you just to criticize your work shortly after. Such as Nifty, who although has accumulated nearly 35,000 followers, still gets hate on a lot of his videos, even though his animations are really great and are usually better than anything that the people that hate on him could ever make. Most hate comments you'll see are just people being jealous because you're doing better than them, and it can leave you with a very large lack of motivation. The negative comment is what most people focus on, when usually the majority of comments are positive and supportive. So the fame doesn't actually destroy you, it just forces you to grow. Maybe the hardest part of being seen is learning who you really are when no one is watching. Because in the end, growth doesn't happen when everything's perfect. It happens when you're forced to face the parts of content creation that you tried